¿Qué tal, mi gente? Estamos de vuelta con The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, The Complete Edition, The Road to Platinum. Vamos a continuar donde dejamos el capítulo anterior, en el cual por fin terminamos el campeonato de Gwent, con suerte, con repetición, pero se hizo. Creo que ya no toca hacer más Gwent en todo el juego, así que vamos a darle. Vamos allá simplemente a disfrutar de las historias. Bueno, de las historias, porque creo que es plural. Vamos en Blood and Wine, después nos queda terminar Hearthstone y el juego principal. Vamos allá. Vamos allá. Vale, ¿por dónde es la salida? Que no me recuerdo. Por acá. Por acá. Vamos. Meet Anna en Rieta. Vale, tenemos que ir a una fiesta. Creo que no hay que ponerse máscara. Bueno, espero que no. Vale, Metina Gate. Vamos allá. Vamos allá, vamos allá, vamos allá, vamos allá. Un momento, quiero ver una cosa. Vale. Vamos. Vamos corriendo, Geralt. Que nos esperan desde hace rato.
To be honest, every last man Jacques in these parts has but wine and women on the prey.
Very clandestine spot, don't you think?
Late. Surprise me.
Wow. I haven't noticed that little detail. Hello, ¿qué es eso? Sí, hay que llevar máscara. O solo ella es la que lleva máscara.
Well, I did not expect you to have such a sense of style.
I don't.
Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A
A
mask.
mask.
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Okay.
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
I like the logic.
Let's go. Soiree start.
I mean, how she made it.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
¿En qué momento se las quitó? No me di cuenta.
How do we find this intruder? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree.
It's alright.
Tonight, I particularly recommend that you direct your
Vaya, ahora sé lo que significa. Ah.
to the performances prepared by artists.
Dado que estoy aprendiendo a little bit of French. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct attention to performances. What are these
Tell us
performances?
about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
Okay. We are looking for Belante.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Okay.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Thank you very much.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about us being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she is this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
She doesn't need
It
to.
would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Centrian.
Espera. Sore. Creo que ya sé cómo se llama el capítulo, cabrón. Vale. Optional take part in the story, it's entertainment. Sure, though.
Put your own house in order first.
Please do not disturb. One false move.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs, ask them to canvas.
Some paintballs. Discover your artist's good folk. Yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are never not.
Ajá, ¿cómo es que tiro?
Silence. The artist must
Vale, ya me acordé.
yell. Why every yell?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
What are you saying? Purple.
Quite the noble color. Splendid. The sky over Toussaint before
Or a deeply internalized fear of intimacy.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines. To vines and to wine! Scarlet, crimson, oxblood, icy lips, full sensual ardent lips. Composition takes shape.
Vale.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
I got it! It's the Soretor!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil, and defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
Okay.
Defiance.
Vale, aquí hay algo más. ¿Qué? ¿Dónde?
Greetings and welcome. He's a dancer.
¿Dónde está?
That's to say, the other one, his brother.
Sí, yo no. ¿Dónde? What the fuck, mate?
It must be some famous identity.
I shall go.
No. Exceptions.
La comía.
Would our efforts of tempting
No entiendo.
shame.
Need I remind you?
Ah, vale.
The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
No!
A pretty powerful resistance.
Vale, menos mal que se quitó rápido. ¿Y aquí qué se hace? Perfecto. Andiamo. Uy, aspetta. ¿Puedo meterme aquí en el agua? Sí. Excuse me. Oh, bellissimo.
I believe he's casting spells.
Oh, wow. The Great Calesti. Joder, espérate. Espera un momento, Henrietta. Uy, esto está más bacano. Ahí se ve en Henrietta. Vale. Vamos.
Ah, how beautiful.
Yeah. Let's go.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Impressive.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Let's do it. Let's make a wish. How do I do it?
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
I don't, but joder, se metió esta vieja. ¿Puedo prender más? Sí, puedo prender más. Prenderlas todas.
Do you seek someone?
Yeah, looking for Cecilia Bellante. Señorita. Vale, vámonos. Ahora sí. Let's search for Cecilia. Si no estoy mal es la de la izquierda, o sea, la de allá. If I'm not mistaken. Sigamos a cuesta primero. Fragment of the script of a stage play. Fragment of the script of a stage play. The besotted witcher, Francois de Bala. Night thick as modern bellows a dense wood. A full moon haunts in the sky above the trees. Note: the scenography must include a representation of the full moon. Wolves howl plaintively in the distance. A witcher walks through the woods in careful, measured strides. He wields a silver blade in his hands. Witcher: cast them all. The moon is at its fullest. Long have I waited this night. 3 weeks have I spent in that foul pit, all to catch a lone werewolf. At least the miller's daughter helped me while I wait the time. In fact, I live only with a certain sense of regret. Perchance I should take her with me. We hear the snapper breaking behind the witcher. He turns around swiftly. His guard raised, he espies the werewolf. I got you know, beast. Werewolf, furious roar. The werewolves remove his mask. The Witcher can see it is the miller's daughter. He's astonished. Does not know what to do. Miller's daughter, well, what now? Will you kill me, or perhaps you'll take me with you? Okay. Hello, our patron.
I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. So much time. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Schmeffont.
Vale. This is not. Here is nothing at all. Okay. We can go. Viene. Oye, yo creo que él no había hecho lo de las linternas.
Then I shall have to convince you, Your Honor.
We are busy.
Okay, you say so. I'll leave you alone.
Outrage.
Glamour.
My deepest regards.
Excuse me. Eso es.
But are you sure it's an original?
My
Please leave. This is a private alcove.
¿Dónde está? I don't see anything. La revisé todas, ¿no? Esta está cerrada. Locked. Aquí usted no está. Aquí tampoco.
Never should have performed. You should have.
It seems someone decided.
We are busy.
But I heard you talk about Cecilia.
How fares your health, sir?
Aquí no hay nada.
Yes, sir.
Y tampoco hay niente, ¿no?
Where are you skittering off to, Sylvia?
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come.
Nada. Uy, se abrió. Hello.
Sorry, artists in the Mandragora and their guests only.
Ok. No puedo. Vale.
They even because they weren't clubs.
¿Qué hago? Aquí no hay nadie.
I'm sure you understand. There are a great many highly qualified candidates.
Then I shall have to convince you your ample generosity would be best invested in me.
And how do you aim to do that?
I shall arrange a private performance after this work.
My dear, I sense you've a knack for persuasion.
Ok. Niente?
It's an outrage. We are busy.
Yeah, I know. Henrietta, what do you do?
Come,
It's an
let's look in the
outrage.
alcove.
Cecilia. Tonight.
Ya te escuché. Pero nadie me dice.
Please leave.
Creo que yo era nada más hablar aquí, pero...
Private alcove.
Wow, that's a lot of food.
Cecilia never should have performed tonight. You should have.
It seems someone decided otherwise.
That someone knows nothing of true art. It shall be you next time. Trust me, I shall have a word with Oriana personally.
What do we do now? Porque ya no hay más. Una orquídea Coviri.
Have you seen the Skeletal Isles?
Ah, vale, espérate. Creo que ya sé qué es lo que hay que hacer. Usted, señora, no tiene una orquídea. Usted tampoco, señor. Señor, este tampoco. Usted menos.
There are a great many highly qualified.
Y esta vieja.
Stay alone. Please leave.
No, esta vieja tampoco. Vamos. Y usted. Aquí no había una señora. Ya no está. Vale. Vale, vámonos.
Greetings.
Faltó aquí, ve. Ya llegan por fin, joder.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Lovely portrait.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
Why people do that? Why people like that? Okay, you Cecilia Blunt.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian Noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
What do we do? Allora, use with your senses to serve refreshment tables. Vamos. Vieni. Allowed.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it. Made of Vistek. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Yes, sir? Sanction of Edward. The first step of Matilda. Yes, the birth of Ludovic. Vale. ¿Dónde está? By the way, hoy el capítulo va a ser corto. Very corto. ¿Dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estamos? Pues nos estamos devolviendo, ¿no? You think. Creo que vamos a ir donde ahorita fui, ¿no? Yo diría que sí. Excuse me.
Do you know my favorite? It's Garrett.
What?
What if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Brother dearest, trust me. He promised me he'd meet with you, and so he will.
Wait, say I get aquí. Hello, bodyguard.
As I said, only Mandragora artists allowed. Nothing I can do.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Okay, move.
Quickly, upstairs.
Ya. Vamos. Incognito. Which one is it? Esto. Looks like it's this one. Locked. Okay, it's this one.
That must be Cecilia.
Wow. She's dead.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat.
Yep.
The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Ok, se quitó la máscara.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Más nada aquí en el cuarto. Vale.
Killed her and went out on the balcony.
Why he
Tore
will
down
kill
the
her?
door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong too.
Cuidado, Geralt.
Broke the flower pot when moving the door and stepped in the soil. Footprints made by soiled boots.
Los Dios.
Must have climbed this ladder.
¿Por dónde carajo iba a escapar? Vale. Ci siamo. Another door.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Okay, alert. We should be alert. What the fuck?
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and sank to the floor.
Okay, fight. Might be a sign of fight.
Bloodstains.
Okay.
Links at a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Probably
Precious
will.
stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle.
So yeah.
Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open probably.
Vale. Supongo que aquí, vale, todavía hay más. Vale, esa es la salita.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for.
The collective birds of Gonzalo de Bercio. Love. To love is to build a house of cards or play the game of chess. But one wrong word or ill-thought move, and you must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold coils of fear grip round my heart. Will the sea sneak back, calm and short, in the dark of night as they have before? Or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and wash up dreams as memories surf abjured? Vale.
Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
Okay, the knife.
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Locked. No key in sight.
Vale. Queda solo una. Bueno, dos. Candelabro.
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
La pelea que se dio aquí,
Blood
oye.
on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Fallout. Que creo que hace falta
Was in
otro
a
bar.
box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Is that your
So,
room?
this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Yep.
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
It was you, right? The one who fought the Centurion. Okay, it's
I
just
caught him
conversation now.
red-handed,
Bit.
attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There
Nope.
was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a
Yep.
frock rather than clothes. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Okay.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Heart to Zone.
The Heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer.
Exactly.
Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine, what is that?
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights. Though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look,
Yeah.
the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether.
Ay, te cagas. Te cagas.
My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers.
What?
She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Of course
Could be the
not.
case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth.
Exactly.
Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
Okay. Can't promise anything, sorry.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis.
What a surprise!
Regis.
I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Irritate. An
What?
arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. I hear you know Regis too. Even if you are friends.
Yes, we are. Oh, true.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. What might the monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Just like humans.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
Correct.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let
No,
me
please.
know. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Okay. Give me a break because I need to stop. Okay. Like I said before,
An exceptional
I believe
conversation, do you think? Vampires? A Witcher?
the next game, the next Witcher game.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlef here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Joder.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Okay.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renner must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Nah, but come on, mate. I need a break. I need to stop.
You brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
One moment. Okay, continuamos.
Common folk believe. Choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detloff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix Mill. It stands along the Saône Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
The one that Duquesa summoned.
Okay, perfecto. Joder, enemy entry updated. Character entry added. Okay, level 51.
You shan't turn back a river with a rod. Sit, drink.
Ok, mi gente, lo dejamos aquí por hoy. Continuamos el próximo capítulo mañana con más de Witcher, con más historia. Y ahora sí, directico a por ello. Así que a menos que salgan nuevas misiones secundarias. Así que mi gente, gracias por todo. Hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.